Hello, you are very welcome here. My name is Annette Hunter and these are the three wise tales, Blossie, Dottie and Petal. I'm here to talk about how our early experiences shape how we feel about ourselves, and I draw on both my professional background and my own personal experience. In this video, I will be talking about achievements. So what is an achievement? I love definitions, so here's a broad definition. An achievement is a thing done successfully and it requires effort. So an achievement is anything from winning an Olympic gold medal to putting the children to bed on time every night to not biting your nails anymore. Have you ever wondered why achieving more, trying harder, or getting through challenging times in our lives doesn't always change how you feel about yourself? You would think you would be proud of yourself, that you would feel good about yourself, that you would like yourself. But that doesn't always happen, does it? No matter what you do, nothing changes how you feel about yourself. So in this video, I share what I learned about achievements. I learned that our sense of worth and inner peace doesn't come from what we achieve, but from the beliefs that we carry about ourselves. If you're new here, I just want to explain something. It's what I call the 6 bad messages. And I came up with this concept myself because I realized that in a toxic childhood, it teaches us what I call damaged core beliefs about ourselves. I call these damaged beliefs the 6 bad messages. I have a playlist on this topic, which I hope will help explain it to you. Today, I'm going to talk about how each of these bad messages affect how we feel about achievements. I explain how the 6 bad messages can quietly shape how we see ourselves across every area of our life, and why real change in how we think about ourselves begins when we stop feeding ourselves these bad messages. This video is for anyone who feels that no matter where they are in life, whether they're succeeding, struggling, or somewhere in between, something inside still hasn't changed. You still feel the same about yourself as you have always felt, and it's not good. I will explain how feeling good about yourself is possible, no matter where you are in your life. Right, so let's start. For most of my life, I believed something many people believe, that if I achieved enough, worked hard enough, or succeeded enough, eventually I would feel good about myself. And from the outside, it looked like that should have worked. I was lucky enough to get the opportunity to go to college. I worked hard. I kept moving forward. But inside, something never changed. No matter what I achieved, the feeling about myself stayed the same. So the purpose of this video is to explain something I only understood much later in life, that achievement cannot repair how you feel about yourself if the messages or beliefs you carry inside about yourself are working against you. And when I finally understood this, so much of my life suddenly made sense. Didn't it, Dottie? It suddenly made sense. Because we live our lives across many, many areas. I actually divide them into what I call the 8 life categories. And I define them as work, family, finances, relationships, health, learning and achievements, personal goals, and lastly, social and community interactions. Achievements can happen in some or all of these areas, but how we feel about ourselves does not come from these achievements. It comes from the beliefs we carry about who we are. In my life, I was in my 40s when I realized that I was living under the control of what I call the 6 bad messages. Beliefs I learned early in my life that quietly shaped how I felt about myself. I realized that if I kept on feeding myself these 6 bad messages, then no amount of success in any life category would make me feel better about myself. Why is this? Well, let's take the first bad message that we learn in a toxic childhood. And the first bad message is, you are not enough. If deep down you believe you are not enough, achievement doesn't feel like success. It feels like temporary relief. So you push yourself to work harder, you push further, you try and achieve something else. And instead of feeling satisfied, your mind still says, yeah, you did okay, but you've got to keep going because you're still not enough. So achievement becomes a stick that you beat yourself with to try harder. It doesn't become evidence that you are worthy. And where there is achieving something in work, relationships, or say personal goals, the feeling underneath never changes. You still feel you are not enough. Let's look at the second bad message, and it is, you are responsible for others. If you believe you are responsible, I can't speak right tonight, responsible for everyone around you, for their feelings or their well-being, your achievements are cancelled out because every time you succeed, you can't relax. Why? Because you're too busy watching others, fixing their problems, carrying emotional weight that doesn't belong to you. So success never feels peaceful. You can never sit back and just enjoy it, as you are always on red alert as to how everyone else is doing in your orbit. Instead of being able to enjoy what you've achieved, you are stuck worrying about who still needs you and how can you fix them. Across every area of your life, achievements end up feeling empty. Why? Because you're too busy minding everyone else. Let's take the third bad message, and it is, don't trust your feelings and don't trust your instincts. If you have learned not to trust your own feelings or your instincts, achievements can feel strangely disconnected. You may follow paths that look right from the outside. You may accomplish things others admire, but internally you feel absolute uncertainty. You second guess yourself. You wonder whether you are doing things correctly. Were you right to do that course? Should you have chosen another type of job? Are you really doing what you like to do in your life? Will you get married? You might like to, but you're not sure. Might you have children? You might like to, but you're not sure. You're not sure about anything because you don't trust your instincts. You don't know whether to think about the future because you don't really know what you want in the future. Because you are disconnected from your inner guidance or your instincts, achievement does not create confidence. Instead, you feel unsure as to whether or not the achievement actually belongs to you and whether or not you should even have bothered to achieve at all, as you don't know if it was the right thing to do. The achievement happens, for sure, but your sense of inner security never arrives. So let's look at the fourth bad message. And it is, you are bad and you are wrong. When you carry the belief that you are fundamentally bad and always wrong, success does not feel deserved. Any achievements are minimized. All your mistakes, on the other hand, feel enormous. Praise feels uncomfortable or undeserved. There is often a quiet expectation that eventually others will find out the real truth about you. They'll see how bad and how wrong you are. So instead of building self-worth, achievement creates pressure for you. You feel you have to keep achieving more and more so nobody will ever see how bad and how wrong you really are. No matter how much you accomplish, you still feel that something is wrong with you. Let's take the fifth bad message. And it is, I find this one a sad one. You are alone. Nobody loves you. If you carry the belief that you are alone and unlovable, achievement will never be able to meet the need you are actually trying to satisfy. You may achieve significant human connection, professional recognition, or financial success, but emotionally, you don't feel secure. Success feels empty because achievement cannot replace the feeling of being emotionally safe, valued, and wanted. If you always feel alone, that nobody loves you no matter what you do, you will always feel empty and lost in yourself. So even when you are surrounded by success or lots of people who love you, your inner loneliness persists. Your external world changes with your achievement, but your internal experience stays the same. And lastly, let's look at the sixth bad message. And this is for the high achievers in the house. It is, you must be perfect or nobody will love you. This message drives enormous achievement, high standards, constant effort, constant achieving, relentless achieving. From the outside, it can look like super confidence or super ambition, but internally, perfectionism is what keeps moving you along, and it always pushes the finish line further and further away. Nothing ever feels finished. Every success creates pressure to attain perfection. So instead of relief, achievement produces anxiety, because if love depends on perfection, you can never relax, even with success under your belt, because there is no such thing as perfection. And once again, achievement fails to change how you feel about yourself. Looking back at my life, I can see that any time I achieved something, I was doing this achieving while I was still carrying the six bad messages. And this prevented any achievements from ever reaching me emotionally. Because if you look at what you're telling yourself with the six bad messages, can you see how believing all this will result in you having absolutely no self-confidence? None. And if you have no self-confidence, no matter how well you do at something, you will never feel good about it because you don't feel good about yourself. In my life, I began to realize that until the messages I kept feeding myself began to change for the better, nothing else truly could. I now know that I was feeding myself bad messages or damaged beliefs that were guaranteed to cancel out anything I ever achieved. I might have achieved something externally, but internally I was continually undermining myself. The change that I needed to happen didn't begin when I achieved more. It began when I started questioning the beliefs or messages that I was feeding myself. So, I learned that achievement cannot repair a wounded self-belief, but changing that damaged self-belief changes how achievement feels. If you stop feeding yourself the six bad messages and you replace them with what I call good messages about yourself, you will start to like yourself. You will start to get self-confidence. You will start to believe in yourself. You will start to love yourself. I will attach my video on how to stop feeding yourself these six bad messages at the end of this video. I hope it will help you see how easy it is to stop feeding yourself these six bad messages. So in summary, what am I saying here? I am saying that achievement is fine, but it cannot do the job we often ask it to do. You don't need to become more impressive to feel better about yourself. You need to stop defining yourself through the six bad messages. These six bad messages were never true to begin with. They were never true about you. And when you begin to change the type of messages you feed yourself, something surprising happens. The same achievements that once felt empty begin to feel real. Not because your life changed overnight, because your relationship with yourself finally did. Would you agree with me when I say this? That no matter what we achieve in life, the biggest and best and the hardest thing to achieve is learning to feel good about ourselves, learning to truly like ourselves, learning to feel confident in ourselves. When you feel good about yourself, you are truly at home with yourself, and you have succeeded, in my opinion, in achieving what I think is the most difficult thing to do in life, and that is to simply like yourself. It is possible to learn to like yourself and for any achievements to really mean something to you. And this can happen when you stop feeding yourself the 6 bad messages. Thank you for listening. I hope this helps. And I think poor little Dottie here has been snoring her head off the whole way through. And Petal has been out of the picture, but never mind. And Blossy has decided to throw his head over the couch so you can't see him anymore. I hope it helps. And as I say, I'll attach videos at the end screen so you can see further videos on the 6 bad messages and how to stop feeding yourself these bad messages. Thank you again.